All right, all right, all right, gentlemen. We're going live. We're going live.
Hey, hey, hey.
Just waiting for how to unmute.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
All right, there we go. How's it going, Hop?
Good.
Good, good, good. Hope everybody had a good day today. On this Tuesday evening, August the
Yeah.
13th, 10th day of the 2024 Hoka Motorcycle Challenge. Uh, it's been eventful. It's been eventful. So
Yeah.
we're going to
Yeah.
start off with a little video. And start a video from Gene. He always gives a good perspective.
There's no sound.
There's no sound there, Solo.
No sound.
All right, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back. We're gonna reload that, and I can hear him. Can you guys hear him?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so we're gonna reload that, and we're gonna bring it back. Just give us a second. Let's work out these kinks. Somehow I can hear him fine, but uh, everybody else can't hear him. So we're gonna load it back up. We're gonna jump right into the big board. Look at our finishers. Let's zoom in to Homer, Alaska. Everybody's down there celebrating. We made some phone calls. We hear people in the background kind of talking and discussing the ride and just having a good time. So, yes, we're tracking with the no sound on this particular video. So, we're going to reload it and we're going to bring it back to you. So, at the finish is rider 897 Ride, rider number 1203 Dirty, rider 1088, rider Richard. That's Shell. 1060 Kilroy, 190 Chrism. They are at the finish line up in Homer, Alaska. 1047 Pothole Fortini is in Homer, Alaska. And folks, I know they are celebrating right now. They're probably uh, trying to freshen up, maybe take a shower, get out of those stinky clothes, wet clothes that they've been in for the past 10 days. I know that was one of the first things that I wanted to do once I crossed the finish line, just kind of freshen up. Yes, and Paul Tong. Paul Tong is at the finish line. Uh, we, we actually have
I
some
reached
footage of
out. I'd
Paul
like to get
crossing
him
the
on,
finish
but
line. We're
haven't
going to
heard
cue it
from him.
up. Right. And folks, we made contact with a couple of riders, but right now they are just, just kind of celebrating, just kind of happy to be there. Let them enjoy this moment. But as soon as they come around and feel like, hey, they want to share their experience with everybody else, we're going to try to get them on. If you can hear everybody clear, give us a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that.
Yes, yes. Let us know.
Real quick, rider 1108. Does anybody know him? Radar, James Fletcher.
Rider 1108, Jane Fletcher.
Yeah. Apparently, someone found his vest in the middle of the street in New Mexico, and they have it.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how you leave your
Is
vest.
Hoka Havens?
Yeah, and how it gets left in the middle
Is
of a
Hoka
street.
Havens?
Yes.
He might have packed it or packed it on his bike and it probably blew off, or he
Yeah.
didn't pack it very well. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you.
So if anyone knows him personally, can you reach out and we can put him in touch with who has it?
Let's see if we can get some footage here. All right. All right. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this audio again. Let me know if you can hear it. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Hold on one second, guys. Can you pause that? Oh, hey, we're watching your video right now. We actually have Paul Tong on the line here, guys.
We're gonna roll the video.
So
Paul.
welcome in. Congratulations. Strong finish.
Thank you.
So rookie rider, first time. For those of you watching, Paul is a very experienced long distance rider. This is just another walk in the park for him. So kind of coming from a different world, a lot of rally riding, IBA riding, long distance riding like that. So this one might have been a little bit different. What was your take on that? How did it compare, and what did you think of it?
Oh man, well, it was a great ride. I really. Okay, so yes, it is a long distance ride. It was nothing like rallying. It's a totally different kind of skill set. It is. It's I guess you say apples and oranges, right? Kind of comparison. It's totally different, and I would put any set of long distance rally riders up with something like this and see them all be challenged. It was definitely challenging, and one set of experience in one thing is not the same. And but in that sense, I still enjoyed it. They did I thought a really exceptional job with the directions. I'd heard some things in the past, but no, when I actually got to using them, once you kind of figured out how they were written, what they meant, especially with the distances and what roads came first, it was very simple to follow them along, and they told exactly how far you had to go, and you had to keep your head in the game. Obviously, if you daydreamed and lollygagged, you find yourself 40 miles down the wrong way, and which meant the 40 miles to go back if you could figure out where that back was. So no, but a lot of great roads, very challenging. Some were just beautiful. Some were technically challenging. Never really, except for a couple times, did you have to worry about track. There were some you had to worry about traffic and stuff like that, but for the most part, it kept you off the main roads, and so you were just free to move. It was an exceptionally well put together event, and I had a lot of fun.
So you were on a 21 Pan Am, which have been known to have issues in the past. How was the bike? How did it hold up?
It had issues in the present as well. Well, first thing is the guy I bought it from. That should have been my first clue that it was going to be problematic from the get go. I mean, that is
right.
So the fuel pump was going out when I got it, which was a known issue. That's okay. So I had it swapped out. Well, yesterday it started going out again, and I don't know why I thought about getting a new one and carrying it with me, because I called all the Harley dealerships in Alaska. None of them have one. So what I want to do about that right now is still up in the air. Also, somehow one of my rotors got warped, probably when I dropped it on day 2. So I've already got a full set of two full sets of brakes on the front end. We'll need a new set. Also, no rotors available here, so that's another thing I'm gonna have to look at dealing with. But those were the only issues.
Did you have to tighten the chain up a lot, or?
No. And well, I had brand new tires put on. I had a brand new chain and sprocket put on before the event, and then rode it to the start, and then I had them put brand new tires to start the event, and said, "Hey, you're gonna go ahead and check the chain," and they're like, "Yep, everything's good. Yep, it's ready to go." I had looked at it a couple times during the ride. They're like, "Nope, everything was good." I just every day I would either every other day I would clean it, and every day I'd throw some chain lube on it. But they're just fine. The aftermarket windshield, those bolts that you have to put together on, I highly suggest you red Loctite those things because they came apart 3 different times, and I actually think now I'm missing a bolt, so I got to figure that one out too. The windshield will vibrate itself loose just when trucks are up next to you, or if you get a good crosswind, it vibrates the hell out of it. But the windshield works great, but it just a lot of vibration, and the aftermarket bolts that have you put in there, you need a lock back to those things because I had to tighten them up several times. But I put a Russell Daylong seat on it, and I tell you what, it came with the handlebar risers. The guy I bought it from was smart enough to put those on there, and I was very comfortable the entire time from the beginning to the end. I was able to sit there and feel very comfortable. Usually I have a lot of shoulder pain, lower back pain, very minimal shoulder pain, no lower back pain. I was very satisfied with that and how comfortable the bike was for me. So in that sense, it was a great bike. High ground clearance was nice in several different situations with rough roads and what have you. I don't think the Pan Am's really adept at full lockouts left and right. So where I'm used to be able to do tight maneuvers in parking lots, or if I wanted to turn around on a road or something like that, was a little bit harder on this one. Also, might have been some of the I had the fleet tracker wired into the front, and then I had a brain's not working here. Sorry. Aux lights up front, stuff like it had a lot of wiring up front. I think that also might have hindered it, but it wasn't real good for. But it's also supposed to be a sort of an off-road bike, so locking full left and right like you want to park a lot, maybe it's not really what it's designed for. But that was a minor, almost nothing issue. So
I know you're a little bit more experienced than the average rookie or whatever, but do you feel you packed correctly, or did you forget stuff or bring extra stuff, or how was that?
So let me tell you my woes. Day 2, I sheared the left saddlebag off when I ran into another vehicle, and that sheared the left saddlebag off and dropped it on its right side, which caused a myriad of issues. Had to literally, I went back to Daytona Harley, and they just bolted the left saddlebag on. The right one was bent up a little bit so it wouldn't come off, which was fine. When I went to, I think I may have warped a rotor on the front right, because when I went to get an oil change done at Flaming Gorge Harley, I had noticed that the brakes felt funny, and sure enough, one of the brake pads was worn all the way down, probably from the rotor. But we didn't have any rotors, so we just replaced pads. Well, the technician, wanted me to take all the saddlebags off because it was hard to get up on the center stand to do the service. I said, well, the only thing I can take is the top case off. The other ones are going to be kind of hard to get off. He said, okay. Well, when he put the top case on, he didn't put it back on correctly. And somewhere on US 62 west of Casper, Wyoming is my top case, along with my CPAP, my laptop, my meds, my glasses, all my hygiene gear, some clothes, most of the food I bought, the other stuff. So did I pack correctly? Hold on a second. Got a card passed on here. Yes, I packed correctly because I still had all the things I needed to finish the ride. But also, I didn't have a lot of the creature comforts for the second 2/3 of the ride that I would have liked to have had. But I survived without them, and there was plenty of space. You really don't need much for something like this. I brought a tent, never used it once. Just a sleeping bag and a little blow-up pillow was perfect for next to the bike. Knock on wood, though, I didn't get. The times it did rain, I was able to find I'd find like an old church or something with a little portico, I'd sleep under there when it rained. The one time that it rained when I was doing that. Other than that, I was sleeping next to the bike, so I didn't really need the tent. But just having your riding gear to change in and out of, fresh socks, stuff like that, was really all you needed. So I could have packed probably a lot lighter than what I did. But I also had more tools than I would have ever needed. But I did end up using a couple of them for a little this, a little that, but nothing crazy.
How were you sleeping? Were you just riding until you got dead tired and pulled over for a couple hours, or pull over a certain time?
Well, I was really surprised that, I have a sort of a sleep regimen that I do when I do rides like this, but because this Chris, you've ridden in rallies, and you understand sometimes you'll get halfway through a rally, and you know, I can't go over here to this bonus because it's, you know, thunderstorm or whatever,
Right.
you know, so I'm not going to go there. So you have to change, and it changes your plan. So suddenly you're changing everything from where you're riding to how you're going to sleep, what you're going to eat, and what have you. This one was completely different. You know, we had to go to Key West, Hurricane Betty or not.
Right.
So either you sat it out and waited for it to pass and then started your ride, which you could easily do and probably still be a finisher, not a slow ass finisher, but a regular finisher. As a matter of fact, I think I probably could have even waited it out and still been, you know, within that 14 days that they said.
Yeah.
But I didn't wait it out. I said, you know what, this is what we do. So I rode, and because of that, I never really had to think about changing my course, because your course was the course you had to ride. So what I'm trying to get at is I rode till I was tired. And for me, typically on a situation like this, what I found was I could ride late into one night, get a small amount of sleep, and then ride all the next day. But then that next night, I had to get, you know, 4 or 6 hours or something like that. I had to, you know,
Right.
to not be running on that sleep deficit where you're getting those little micro sleeps, or you start losing that level of thinking that you need to have, you know, because I missed, one time I missed the road sign. Straight up, it was raining. It was in Arizona. There was a lot of traffic. There was elk like literally crossing the road right in front of me. And I straight up missed I think Arizona 27 or something like that was the road sign. And I just missed it. And I went 20 miles out of the way before I was like, something don't seem right here. So I pulled out the paper map that I had, and sure enough, I went too far. So, you know, and I was probably a little fatigued and in the rain. And so making sure you get a good amount of sleep is still so very important on this. But I was able to almost plan my sleep, whereas, you know, other rallies, it's more of an opportunity. So here, this was pretty good. And I slept just fine. As a matter of fact, I probably got a little less sleep than I normally did, but because I was able to standardize it at the same time every night, my body felt like, okay, it's time to rest, and it did, and so that was pretty helpful, and I thought I slept pretty good. I probably should have done some more, but you know how it is. You say you're gonna, you know, not be too competitive, but you know we all know better than that,
Right.
So.
Well, no, I know I speak for everyone. We say congratulations. That was an awesome job coming in, awesome finish. I know you had a bunch of issues to deal with, so overcoming those and still doing as good as you did is just amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, yes.
Solo, you guys got
Hey,
anything?
Paul, if you would, yeah, if you would, Paul, give a shout out to the nonprofit organization that you're riding for. Let the people know and give the link so that they can maybe donate or assist or help out as much as they can.
Okay, well, thank you for bringing that up. I ride for 2 organizations that are based out of Irving, Texas, where I work. And one of them is the Irving Police and Fire Blue Christmas Foundation. It basically provides Christmas presents, clothes, and meals for underprivileged families over the Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday times every year. They're pretty unique because they take donations, but they also seek financial donations to specifically target certain families that have those specific needs. And you can find them on the online Irving Police and Fire Blue Christmas. If you go on the Hoka website, my rider profile is one of the last ones they put right before it started, and the links are in there as well. The second one that I also do at the same time is called Many Helping Hands, and it's a homeless outreach. And basically what it does is it helps homeless or almost homeless. I know they're not the best PC terms, but y'all are with me on this one. And it helps them not just in finding meals and clothing and certain necessities, but it helps get them IDs if they don't have IDs. It helps them with job placement, get certain kind of clothes they need, or maybe rides for interviews and stuff like that. Help get them so they can bridge that gap between being homeless and being back on to their own 2 feet again. And so I proudly donate money to them to help them with that, with funding those activities and funding a new daytime activities facility that they have just started. So,
and last but not least, you put on a rally. We've been talking about writers building their writer resumes. What is the name of your rally? How can people get more information about your rally?
Right. So, obviously any person coming into something like the Hoka Hay, having some kind of rally or any kind of riding experience helps. But the long distance rally is probably the closest thing that you're going to find that helps you with those riding skills, time management, what kind of equipment balance that you need on your bike, what have you. I host 2 rallies. One's called the LDX Rally. It's held every other year. It's typically somewhere between 5 and 9 days long. So it's a more challenging, more experience level event, but beginners can do it as well. Information on that can be at ldxrally.com. Another one that I have is held every year, typically in the spring. And it's called the Heart of Texas Rally, heartoftexasrally.com. And it can be anywhere from a novice to an expert level type event. We have usually a short version, a long version every year. And they're all theme based. They have some kind of theme. Heart of Texas usually does some kind of Texas history based topic. And they're usually a lot of fun. You ask somebody that's reading them, we put a lot of effort into them and making them fun. We have a really good rally book, and everybody usually has a really good time. And if you ever have any questions, we have ways you can contact us on both websites if you have any questions. And if I can remember when I get back from all this, I'll try to update dates and links for the next events if anybody has any questions.
Hey, I'd like to say something. Paul, you right here in my backyard. I'm right here in Dallas, Texas. So you right there in Irving. So it'd be great to sit down and talk to you when you get back and get rested.
Well, you are more than welcome anytime. As Chris can attest, I invite people over to my house anytime they ever want, and we can talk shop or just hang out. And anybody's more than welcome. Just drop me a line.
Good deal. Good deal. Thank you for calling in. Outstanding ride. Hoka Hay.
Okay. So yeah, Paul, congratulations again. Just stay there, enjoy the festivities, and cheer everyone else on coming in. And thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yes, I look forward. Thanks, guys. Have a great
day.
All right, thanks.
Good deal. Good deal. That was Paul Tom, ladies and gentlemen, riding number 1124. This was his first outing of riding the Hoka Hay. He came in 7th. He finished 7th. Seasoned rider, not new to long distance riding. The Heart of Texas Rally is a premier top-notch event, as Big Ben Earth would say. Yeah. So once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in for this evening edition of coverage of the 2024 Hoka Hay Motorcycle Challenge. Riders are coming in. We see. Let's pull up the big board.
I can tell you what, with Paul here in Irving and with Hops down there in Houston area, I'm running out of excuses not to get in the rally.
Yeah, yes, you are. So start working on that resume, my friend. So
Yes, sir.
just did a refresh.
Yeah.
Hoping that the big board updated. We'll take a look at a couple of our front runners. Look at rider number 1033. He just passed Anchorage, Alaska. And I say this, folks, if you're gonna go to Alaska, go to Alaska.
Go to Alaska.
There's some beautiful riding, some beautiful countryside up there. You'd really enjoy it. We're looking at rider.
Hey, I've got
to 5P.
We've got a special treat coming in, so give me 1 second for a call.
Okay.
All right, you ready to cue it up?
We got the head honcho.
All right.
Okay, hey, how you doing?
Hey.
We're doing good.
Okay, guys, for everyone watching, we have the one and only Miss Hoka Hay herself, Mama Beth Durham. How you doing?
Hello. Doing pretty good. We're here at the finish line. We got Dan Bell with me, rider number 1203, and he just finished. It was the first to cross the finish line last night at about 11:30 p.m. Alaska time.
Yeah, I'd reached out to him. We were hoping to get him on too, so that's good.
We got him sitting right here with us. We got Blackie and Annie and Tara. I don't even know her last name. She's one of our supporters, so she's hanging out with us here today, waiting on riders to show up. Yes, she's been our videographer.
Perfect. All right, so real quick, we won't take up a lot of your time. I know you guys are busy and got a lot of stuff going on with all the riders coming in.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, so not going over everything and all the history and everything, but obviously Hoka Hey started in 2010. This is the 10th anniversary ride, same kind of route. Fast forward, not going through, all the years and what it meant and everything, but fast forward to 2024. What does Hoka Hey Challenge mean to Beth?
Well, it's celebrating Jim's legacy and keeping that dream alive and sharing the knowledge, acknowledging the Indian peoples and the First Nations around the country, and trying to do a little bit of fundraising, bringing people together to do good and do right by each other. So that's it in a nutshell, but it's so much more. And I know it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but that right there is the best summary I could come up with.
Right. So we've been talking about all the time we've been on. We talk about what these riders are going through, their mindset, the struggles, the mental struggle, and all that. On kind of a different side of it, what is your mindset and struggle as you're watching and kind of overseeing and in charge of all these riders?
Oh, it's yeah, there's a challenge in and of itself, quite honestly. And I have phone calls and text messages coming in at all hours of the night. So this phone number is actually Hoka Hey Hotline while the riders are out there, and they can call in if they've had some kind of an issue out there on the route, or if they just have something about the route that needs clarification or something along those lines. So those calls come in at all hours, and just every time the phone rings, I pray that it's not some sort of an emergency. That does wear on you, but so far everybody's moving along smartly and getting the job done. We actually have had a few accidents. We have had a couple of injuries, but they will eventually walk away. So for that I'm grateful.
Right. How are you feeling the first 2 days with the stuff in Florida? I'm sure you're on pins and needles then.
Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, absolutely on pins and needles. But I have to trust the riders to be able to make a good call in the moment. It's just like a lot of times when they come upon a fire, wildfire out, especially out in the West, I trust that they're going to find the right safe way around that fire, or get out of those conditions and find their way to safety. So I really do. I put a lot of faith in each and every one of our riders, and they know their limits. They know when to stop and get some rest. They know when to quit. Sometimes they do push a little further than maybe they ought to, but I can't. We put them out there and ask them to test themselves. So some are definitely pushing themselves a little further than they ever have in the past. And you learn your limits sometimes the hard way, but
absolutely.
Yes.
Like I say, I just have to trust that they know when to call it.
Yeah. Solo, you got any questions?
No, you answered that one question that I have for Beth. I just want to say thank you, Mama Beth, for putting on an outstanding event again this year. To all the riders and all of the committee for all your hard work and efforts. We thank you, and we appreciate you letting us do this live broadcast to cover the 24 Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. So thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I know that you guys have had some real good viewership, and so it's been interesting, the different takes that we've had on the live coverage. But I think all in all, you guys are. I mean, well, hell, Solo, I'm standing here looking at the trophy right now. So
I'm coming for it.
speaks volumes about who and what you guys are and how you believe in the challenge. And so we appreciate the good words.
Awesome. And one last thing, I heard a rumor that in 2026, Hopper gets a 24-hour head start. So I was going to ask, how did that come about, and how did I get chosen for that?
Where's the mute button? I need to find the mute button.
I think that's something to do with self-grandizing. How's that word? I don't know. It's delusions of grandeur.
Well, you've got 2 years to think on it, so take your time.
Well, so do you.
So we will see you.
Thanks for calling in. Thanks for talking to us. We appreciate it, and good luck with everything else.
Good deal.
Did you want to talk to Dan?
Yeah, if that's all right.
Yeah, perfect.
Sure. I'll pass the phone over. On the way past, Blackie's going to say hi.
Yeah.
That's it.
Black in the background.
Blackie,
yeah. Go Blackie.
What's your number? What's Blackie's number?
Hey Dan, how you doing? Congratulations, sir.
I'm doing well. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So just jumping in as a rookie rider, what were your expectations coming in, and did it live up to it?
So I've been following it for quite a few years, and it was definitely way more challenging than I thought it would be. I've done some riding, some long distance rides, and felt that I would be confident in my riding abilities. However, the navigation was a whole different factor. Just starting with the hurricane and going through, I broke my my clipboard mount, and so I was trying to tape it to the windshield, and all my stuff got wet, made it a huge struggle and a hassle. Come day 2, I definitely mentally was having a hard time with that. Once I got to Oklahoma, I went to Walmart and pieced together a better strategy for my instructions, my directions. After I got that down, I was moving pretty good. So the challenges were all there. I faced pretty much every weather that you could think of with the hurricane and some of the high winds going through New Mexico, and even between Wyoming and South Dakota, there were some pretty good winds. But overall, it was an enjoyable ride, and definitely looking forward to getting some rest and reflecting back on some of the challenges that I haven't fully processed what I went through yet.
What were you doing for your sleeping arrangements? Were you just going until you got tired, or were you riding at a certain time, or what?
So my strategy had planned to try to ride about 18 hours and then get 6 hours of sleep and then start fresh each morning. And that started the first day. And with the rain and everything else, I started to, and then I just packed everything up and kept going. I had a cot and I had an air mattress. The air mattress was going to be a backup. I practiced some of the camping out with it and everything in preparation for the challenge using this cot, and I could put it together pretty good when I was physically and mentally there. And it was difficult when I was tired and fatigued. And also with all the weather and the rain and everything else and the humidities, the cot would like to collapse on me at night. So I don't even have that cot. I threw it away like on day 2. And also on day 2, after I threw the cot away, I popped my air mattress. And it's more like a sleeping pad, but it's one you blow up, punctured a hole in it. So after that, it was just sleeping on the ground. And it was actually, I was so tired that it really didn't bother me. I could have slept anywhere.
And you were riding the 21 Pan Am, correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Any issues with it? Or, any issues with the chain or other mechanical issues?
So I've got 60,000 miles on the bike now, and I've done some of the longer trips. I've done I did like a 17,000 mile trip 2 years ago on it up to Alaska, all over Canada, and ran through some issues with it during those trials. So leading up to this trip, I had a brand new clutch put in, new chain, new sprockets, and then the fuel pump. Fuel pump's a huge issue with this bike. I think I'm on my 7th one now. In 60,000 miles, which is kind of a joke. No offense, Harley, but make it better, please. So with the new fuel pump, I felt pretty confident with that. However, I could not get the clutch cable in time to put on before the trip. So Daytona Harley adjusted it. I was having issues with slipping into the clutch in 5th and 6th on the way from Texas to Florida. So they adjusted it. Somewhere on the way to the Keys, my clutch cable I mean, it was raining hard, could barely see. I was following 2 other riders, don't even know who they were. And clutch cable slipped off, lost everything. So I had to downshift pretty hard into the median. And then, fortunately, there was a parking garage. I didn't even participate, or I didn't even foresee that there'd be a place to get out of the rain to work on it. But I was able to manually push the bike into a parking garage. I adjusted the clutch cable. After that, I had no issues with the clutch. And then in addition to that, the fuel pump at the 3rd checkpoint in Missoula is where it started whining. And if I crank the bike right now, I mean, it's screaming. It's ready to be replaced. So I was starting to get a little concerned towards the end that I would start having issues with it, but it never ended up being a problem.
Right on. What advice would you give any new rider, looking to take on this challenge in 26?
Get out there and practice. Make sure it's something that you're comfortable with. Long distances were never a problem for me. Riding, I could ride 20 hours, no problem. Sleep for 4 or 5 hours, ride another 20 hours. But that's sleeping in a hotel, so we got a plan.
All right, folks.
Solo Logic, you guys got any questions?
No.
You asked some great questions. I don't have any.
Right.
I was listening.
Yeah, I was more entertained than anything. But Dan, just give us a little information about your nonprofit organization that you're riding for.
Okay, so career-wise, I'm a firefighter paramedic in Texas. And just being in that career field, we see a lot of issues with mental health and suicide. And that's something that's really heavy on my heart, is the mental awareness for people that are struggling with mental health. And so this organization, they've actually helped out within my department that I work for and all the local departments around. But the founder of it is a retired Dallas firefighter. In the last 5 years that he was at the fire department, he was the chaplain, and then he retired, and they were struggling in that city, and called him back to help. And so that's how his nonprofit got started. And he goes around all the local departments and basically will come get to know the guys and basically be there. So when people are struggling, they at least know that he's a resource. And through that, he has a lot of different resources through his organization to help first responders, help their families. It's not just firefighters, it's police officers, nurses, teachers, and other people, also military as well. But that's kind of how I got to know him, was through somebody that was having issues within my department. And he was there, just seeing him work and everything. That's what inspired me to team up with him and his organization. But every penny that they get from this goes to help first responders and other like-minded people.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations. That's an awesome win. Glad to have you as part of the family, and congratulations again. And just
congratulations.
Enjoy it while you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot. And I don't know if Beth can still hear, but rider 1108, James Fletcher, lost his vest in New Mexico.
Right. Yeah, I spoke with him earlier.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you were aware. I just wanted to make sure you had it, so somebody could reach out to him.
Okay. Well, he wasn't sure actually even where he was to be able to tell me. So I haven't had much luck in hunting it down, but not done yet. The search just began.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Somebody's got it. I guess that lady has it. So, but yeah.
Oh, somebody did find it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they
we'll
left
talk
it
later.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thanks.
All right,
I
thanks
appreciate
again.
that. I'll let him know.
All right, I'll send you the info.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
There you have it, guys. The one and only Mama Beth.
Yeah. I want to since y'all was talking, KSolo was asking people about their where they getting the money going to, the agencies that they're representing.
The nonprofit that they're writing for.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a statement in our last show where it came from Foxy and Patrice Johnson, and she said if you can let people know, people out there that want to do this, because I know I got it in my notes that some employers, when you pick your nonprofit to donate to, some employers have charity matching. So you might want to get with your employer and see if they match. So if people send $100 to your employer, might send another $100 to. So you might want to ask your employer if they do charity matching for when you do this type of ride and this type of event, and then that way the charity that you're going to be riding for, representing, they can get it just as much more for your riding. So I just wanted to bring that up because she had put that in on the last show.
Right.
Right.
All right. So we're going to go to the big board. Let's go to the big board right quick. And then we got some people in the queue to call in. If you're calling in, just bear with us. We're going to try to see what's going on the big board. We got Pee Wee 1025, 1033 is moving just past Anchorage. 1149 Current is approaching. Is that Denali State Park area? City of
Yeah, we've got about 10 more
Chase.
riders that are going to hit today.
Yeah.
Yep. So these riders here, up here, that 996, old man, Pat Cornell, 1171. Once again, the elephant in the room in this dead area right here through British Columbia and Yukon. The signal up there, so some people are using Spot Wallet. Once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in for our evening edition of coverage of the 2024 Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge.
Let's let
With
you
me, I
know,
have Chris Hopper
Solo.
of Hop's Adventure, Logic of Keep It Logical,
Keep it logical.
and KSolo. You can rebroadcast on my YouTube channel. So head on over to YouTube. Probably for the next couple of days, we will be probably broadcasting on our YouTube channel. We'll be jumping platforms.
Tone had said, Solo, if he gets in time, he's gonna either let me or give you a call.
Okay, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tone. I had him on, but for some reason I couldn't bring him on speaker, so I couldn't hear him. So I had to totally disconnect. We appreciate everybody calling in. I know I wanted G-Man to call in out of New Bern. One of his good friends is riding. Jeff Hallquist is riding. This is Jeff Hallquist's second go at it. His first go at it, he was riding the Pan Am, and it went down on him, so he wasn't able to finish. So shout out to Jeff Hallquist for sticking with it. An outstanding long distance rider. He rides for a couple of different Tour of Honor, Ultimate Long Distance Rider. You're familiar with Ultimate Long Distance Rider, correct?
Yes.
Could you speak on a little bit about people building their resumes and getting involved with that?
Yeah, Alder is basically a year long contest, if you will. It changes every year. There's basically like 13 different items that are put out at the beginning of the year that you have to find, and you're only allowed to find one per state. So obviously in the beginning, you rack up a lot of points because everything's close to you, and the further in the year, the further away you got to go to score points. So definitely a good reason to get out and ride. They have monthly winners and then obviously the yearly winner. It's a fun thing, and it's self-policed basically. So you submit your pictures and all, and the peanut gallery will let you know real quick if that picture counts or not, or if there's a problem with it or something like that. You just adjust accordingly. It's just something fun to do, a great way to get you out on the road. Also practicing keeping your head on a swivel like you need to do for when you're looking for these signs in the Hoka Hey. You're always watching, you're reading every single street sign. So this is a good way to kind of practice that because you're always out looking around, looking for these items that you got to find each month. So, check it out and check out the Facebook page. It's all free. You don't have to pay anything. You can jump in at any time and just have fun with it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another organization that's great to help you build your rider resume to get into the Hoka Hey. Um, the panel committee are familiar with it, and they know all it takes for riders to complete it and participate in it. So if you're looking to build your resume, and also the Tour of Honor is another good organization
Yep.
to participate in.
And the RTE, you mentioned that one.
Yes, yes, yes. How could I not mention the RTE Cross USA? That is
Right.
an outstanding. since I won it twice, but that is an outstanding, man. If you love to ride and you love to eat, that is it. That is the ride challenge that you need to look into. They have an outstanding Facebook page. Eric Pascal, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correct, puts on a great ride to eat across USA. Look it up. That's RTEX USA. Live to Ride, Ride to Eat. I actually won it in 19 and 21. I mean, it took me deep. I went from, I think I hit all 50 states both times doing it. So there are probably some restaurants in your own backyard that you could ride to, uh, get some great food, and ride on some back roads.
Yeah, if we could touch real quick, I guess if anyone has any updates on anyone, breakdowns or anything, the only one I've got, I guess, is Mike Womack.
Yeah.
Had some issue. He was getting his bike towed back to Grizzly HD. So I'm not sure what
Yes.
the issue is. Hopefully he gets that one up and running and he can get back on the road. I know Del Meyer, she had another issue up
we got
in,
it.
I think it was Montana. I think she got fixed up, is back on the road now. So hopefully everything she's got is doing good. Any other breakdowns that you guys are aware of?
I haven't heard of any other ones myself.
I think you covered Mathis. No, I think that's it. That's all I'm cleared to talk about. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you do have a rider that's experiencing some mechanical difficulties or breakdowns, you can post it here. You can get it in Messenger. Send us a message and get it to us. I know Kim. She needed some brake pads, but she was at the dealership with her earlier. She's back in the game, rolling right along.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then again, another shout out to all the ones who had little minor mishaps and crashed, and hope they're all healing up, quickly and get back home so they can start that healing process.
Right, right. And we definitely want to say, hey, folks, if you have a rider out there, check on them, keep them, you know, stay with that rider, kind of encourage that rider because um, they're experiencing everything right now on day 10. Hey, I'm going to cue up this video of Michelle, the first female finisher. She's riding an Indian. Yes, she's riding an Indian, and she had an outstanding performance. I think she finished she's an elite finisher. I know she's an elite finisher for 22. You hear it?
No.
I do not know what's going on with my feed there, but we're gonna get that. Right at 1088.
There she is.
As a matter of fact, John, I don't even want y'all to hear that. That was an outstanding performance by Michelle. First female finisher, rider 1088. You can go look at her bio. There's Riot coming up to her, giving a big old pat. Mama Beth right there. Like I say, she's a seasoned rider. This is not her first go at the Hoka hay.
Definitely a beast rider.
Yeah. So even though we can't get the sound up, you can see the joy of crossing the finish line. You can see the expression on her face. First female finisher. Yes, indeed.
That's good.
And she's on a challenger. So for all the Indian riders out there, I know Pothole was on an Indian. Outstanding. I know Pothole was on a challenger. We tried to get her online, but she's just want to just kind of take this time to relax and come down off of that adrenaline rush of riding 10,000 miles. All right, folks. Hop. We're gonna keep the evening edition light. Are there any particular riders we want to focus on? I know Pop-Off's rolling, Curves rolling, Road Runner, Jeff 1202. Riders are at the border.
Oh, there they are. They're in Canada. The Smiths. I was following them for a while, but I guess they got to that point where I don't see them moving right now.
The Smiths.
Yeah, 11-17 and 11-16 and 11-17.
Oh yeah, Dustin and Brenda. Yep, they're doing good.
Yeah.
It's a shame we can't follow the ones all up through Canada and give you guys an update on that.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the dark.
That's a bummer, folks. Yep.
The Panhead, he's doing good. Hyde, he just, trucking along as always, doing his thing. So
yeah.
Hopefully we can get him back on. Maybe we can catch him at his next stop.
Loco,
folks, we try not to.
He should be rolling into the finish here. Maybe late tonight or first thing in the morning.
Loco.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought Loco was already no. There he is, right there. That's right.
Yeah, he's still.
Yeah, Loco put out his spot waller because he knew the tracker was acting funny.
Yeah, they may make it tonight, but I would guess it's probably going to be first thing in the morning.
Right.
Loco, where's Loco? What is his number? 1159.
All the people out there that's sending us information, we appreciate it. Giving us updates. Dan, appreciate it, Dan. I know my inbox stay full. I know Buffy keeps me up on things or what's going on. Buffy, I appreciate you. I'm gonna see if I can get this video one more time.
I think Ronimo 1050.
I
think he was an Indian rider. I think he had some issues with his bike, so hopefully he got those fixed. And he's back on the road. I have not seen an update.
We're gonna try this
anyone
again.
Has an update on him, can you post it? Last I saw yesterday, he had an electrical issue and broken down.
All right, I'm gonna try to cue this up one more time. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Good. Can you hear it?
No sound.
No sound.
Can't hear it. No sound. All right, folks.
There's a
Seems like we're
lot
having
of
some
new
technical
riders up in
difficulties with
front.
that video, but getting it
There's a
back to
lot of
you.
new riders not making it in 10 days.
And once again, we just want to highlight, folks. Right now in day 10, riders are experiencing extreme exhaustion, fatigue, sleep deprivation, uh, soreness, pains, aches. Everything is running through their mind. Some of them are contemplating uh, pulling out or withdrawing, but once you get to that Canadian border, you might as well just go ahead on and stick it out. So um, it's all about that intestinal fortitude.
Yeah, Chris, we're just going to go the 14 days. That's when the party is. That's when you should be done by. After that, I think we both kind of feel that they should shut it down after that. So there will be some
Yep.
slow riders rolling in after that, but that's kind of on them.
Missed it.
Do a quick video, not video, but just a couple of pictures, a couple of riders that's out there in the field. You can see it on their face. They're happy, excited, but they're also weathered. Their bikes are are beat to a pulp. So, like I say, folks, if you have a trailer queen, this is not the ride for it. Even in the lower 48, still they're going to take you on some back roads. They're going to take you through the desert. You're going to express it all. So make sure that you have the right bike for this ride.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Hop. If that's it, Hop, we're going to go ahead and do a light edition today.
Yeah, I don't have
Logic.
anything else. Really, not a whole lot else.
Yeah, there's not a whole.
Right now.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot. Just we're just gonna keep everybody that are not in Alaska, that's still in the lower 48, keep them lifted up and everything. Those that are just made it into Canada, they're still pushing through. They still have a ways to go. I know we're celebrating all those that are already in Alaska and are going to be probably making it in this evening, but we have a lot of riders still out there that are still going through that sleep deprivation that Solo was talking about. So we want to keep them lifted up and keep them pumped up.
Did we have an update on Russell Douglas 1195?
1195. I don't think so.
He's in Colorado. I'm not sure what's going on with him.
Yeah, this is Matt. This is a scene from Matt accident. He went down. His bike suffered some major damage. He is out. We're going to try to get that rider on.
No.
It's Russell Douglas. Looks like he's at a HD dealer, Durango. But I'm not sure. Like he's way off course, so I'm not sure what's going on.
And I just noticed. Did we talk about 1080? Lund 1080.
1080. Let's pull up 1080.
Rob Lund. Because he's coming into Colorado from Wyoming.
Did he exit the course? Because it looks like he's.
Oh yeah, he's not on the course. Not going in that direction, unless he, like you said last time, he might have took a wrong turn and know he got to turn around, but he did.
Yeah, that's concerning right there.
Yes.
I hope the big board at HQ see that rider. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see any update on him. Or the 1195. So if anybody's got an update on either one of them. I know at one time Russell had some mechanical issues with the bike, but he had got it going.
What is he riding?
I'm not sure.
That could look like a Harley there.
1228 Pedro.
Yeah, I was watching him too. I thought something was wrong with his icon there. It was so light.
Pop Off, Beatty, Sugar Bear. These riders here look like they're going in the opposite direction. Yeah, what's going on here?
Chris, no, you can't pick your number. They're assigned to you basically in the order that you sign up.
Get your, yeah.
That way you can tell whether it's an experienced rider or not.
And folks, you can go over to
they've written in multiple ones.
Right. Okay. All right, folks, we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, give you the light edition today. We're gonna kick it back off in the morning. Hopefully, with some more updates. Hopefully, we can get some riders call in. For everybody that's trying to call in, we appreciate you. Keep trying. We appreciate you. We'd like to hear your perspective on the 2024 Hoka Hay. If you're interested or thinking about riding a Hoka Hay, if you want to call in, ask some questions. Maybe you have a question that a lot of people may have, and we can get some answers for you. 11:59.
And if you got questions, you don't have to wait till we go broadcast. You can send your questions in to any one of us, and then we'll pass them off to KSolo, or we'll just bring them up during the show.
Right. Yep. Yeah,
or hot.
So
appreciate everyone tuning in.
Sign off.
We'll catch you tomorrow morning.
All right. Once again, you can recast the rebroadcast on Hop's Adventure on YouTube. Keep It Logical on YouTube, and KSolo the Rider on YouTube. So yeah, if you want to rebroadcast, you want to pull it up on the big screen when you get home from work and enjoy it. Hey, we greatly appreciate it. All right, folks. Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
We'll see.